This week, Kefir released 3 updates in 2 days, including over 1,000 changes to their games. After analyzing these 3 updates, I think I finally figured out what Kefir is doing. 3 weeks ago, I posted a video about how I was wrong in my theory that there would be a second Last Day on Earth. And ever since then, I've been a little bit shaken up. Now I realize that nobody can bat 1,000, and I've gotten more theories correct than I've gotten wrong. But it has still been making me revisit some of my older theories. And in this last week, Kefir drops 3 updates in 2 days, including over 1,000 changes. I'm not sure if this was a coordinated effort or just happenstance, but seeing the 3 updates next to each other gave me a revelation of what Kefir is trying to do with these 3 games. If you look at the updates, you will notice that Last Day on Earth, which is the biggest game, accounts for less than 5% of those changes, whereas Frostborn, which hasn't even been released globally yet, accounts for over 90% of those changes. Now, at first I thought this confirmed one of my older theories that Kefir is purposely suppressing Last Day on Earth until the other games can catch up. But when looking at this update, I realized it's still a lot of work. They put in a lot of work into creating a good self-enclosed storyline, to getting captured at the prison, escaping it, and then pulling off a heist. This is a lot of work. The devs aren't slacking off with this update and working on other projects. They're putting a lot of effort into these seasons, which made me realize that many of us are operating under the idea that progress is defined by permanent content. And while Last Day on Earth used to add permanent content 2 or 3 times a month, that was over 2 years ago. Furthermore, since Last Day on Earth started releasing seasons, they have actually been pretty consistent. New challenges, decent storyline, something that costs us a lot of resources to complete, but then once you do it, you will get something else new and unique. This is their approach, and they are working hard at it, and they're doing a good job at that thing. And I realize that those of us that are upset about it are really just upset that the devs aren't taking the game in the direction that we wanted the game to be taken. And I think that where I want the game to be taken is more similar to where they were taking it originally, but I'm also realizing that that was over 2 years ago when they were taking it there, and I think I just need to let that go. Meanwhile, Grim Soul Survival's update also played into their strengths by adding a 4th act to their storyline. I'm about to spoil something big for you guys that play Grim Soul, so skip ahead if you do not want that spoiled. For those of you who do not play Grim Soul Survival, it has the most integrated storyline out of any of the games, and this new act is awesome, going deeper into the lore of the game. It gives us more details into the betrayal and death of Marcus, and even hints that we will be able to find a way to kill the Night Guest. So even Grim Soul's smaller update has more permanent content than Season 7 has for Last Day on Earth. But I'm pretty sure that that is on purpose because they are trying to play into their strengths. Last Day on Earth already has a game that they are happy with, and they are introducing seasons to keep the game exciting for older players while still ushering in more newer players to their already good game. And then those seasons end without adding any more content to the game, which removes the risk of ruining the game. They already have a game that people like. They don't want to mess it up for new players. And then those seasons end without adding much more content to the game, specifically so that they do not clutter the game for new people joining it. Meanwhile, Frostborn had the biggest and most impressive update I have ever seen Kefir produce, only 2 weeks after producing their last update, which was previously one of the best updates I had ever seen, which was only a little over a month after another amazing update. Each of those Frostborn updates added tons of new content to the game. One of my subscribers joked in a comment that Last Day on Earth adds 2 weapons in 1 year and Frostborn adds 8 weapons in 1 update. And I think that that joke is very revealing because adding new weapons is not that difficult. Grim Soul Survival adds tons of new weapons with awesome skills on those weapons, just like Frostborn has been doing. So it would not be that crazy for Last Day on Earth to add new weapons, but if they did, they would risk changing the game that they already know that people love. Most of us have fallen in love with Last Day on Earth at some point, so perhaps seasons are their way of adding new content without adding new content. It is a way of keeping advanced players entertained while not risking changing the game for new players. So in summary, my theory is that these 3 games will continue to be developed in the way that they have been being developed. Last Day on Earth seems satisfied with their game, and they will keep putting a lot of great effort into making high quality seasons to keep advanced players happy without risking too much change to the game. Grim Soul, on the other hand, will keep developing their storyline and integrating their incredibly well thought out lore into the game. While Frostborn has been creating a new multiplayer game that is focused on co-op challenges and the risk and rewards of PvP. All of these games will have challenges, all of the games will have grinding, and I am reluctantly realizing that all of the games will be well done. They just may not be well done in the way that I was wanting them to be done. So this is my new theory on what Kefir is doing. I think all 3 games have found their niche and that they will continue to be developed in the way that they are currently being developed, and that we should pick our favorite game based on the way that it is being developed and not the way that we are hoping it will be developed. But I'm also really curious about y'all's opinion on this, so please put it in your comments below. Those of you who watch this channel know that I'm very good about reading your comments, and I have learned a lot from your opinions. All right, guys. I'll see you next time.